Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here. We are Fanmode, and we want to make the world a stadium for sports fans. It all started when Nevin here was watching his favorite team, Manchester United, from his lounge in South Africa. They scored a great goal, he jumped up, he cheered, and he realized, just like millions of others around the world, he was disconnected from the stadium. Being an engineer, he decided to fix this problem. And many sleepless nights later, we are now proud to present to you Vibecast. Broadcast has been a tremendous tool for the sports industry, bringing the game from the stadium to millions of fans around the world. Vibecast now enables fans using connected devices to transmit their energy straight into the stadium. And for the first time ever, giving millions of remote fans a voice in the game. So let's have a quick look on how this actually works. Oh, can we go to demo, please? So what you see here on the screen is a vibe board. A vibe board is a graphical representation of fan energy. It can look in many different ways, and I can contribute to it using, for example, a Vibecast application in a smartphone. So if I tap my screen here, I clap, and seeming like we have some connection problems here.
So the clap should show up on the screen if the Wi-Fi were fully...
Yeah. Can you try?
Yeah.
Maybe the audience can clap? Tinkerbell, bring it back.
Nevin, is it working for you?
Yeah, go. Carry on.
So let's give it one more shot. Here.
Why don't we move along? What should we be seeing right now?
What you should be seeing is
Chris.
when you clap, reactions come up on the screens. You can swipe up to say come on, you can swipe left to say yeah, you can swipe down to say no. What we also do is that we use the sensors. Oh, here they're coming, finally. So here you see fans. We actually have fans around the world clapping right now in real time. So you have Shalan from Denver, you have Christian, that's me, here in Stanford, and here we have a world map. Here we have a world map. We can see the cheers are coming in from South Africa, from Denver, from London, from Germany, and we can also capture sound. So let's give this a shot.
Come on.
Do we have the shout whiteboard?
Yeah, this is the one. Come on. Come on.
All right, fans, are you
problems.
ready? Make some noise.
Go.
Okay, so what are we gonna see?
So basically, you see the average decibel volume from each country around the world.
So if I yell louder in the phone, people are like, "Wow, these folks are really amped up about this." Right?
Exactly.
Right.
So what you can see is today you have the decibel meters in the stadium, and you can see which team has the loudest fans. We can now compare that with the loudness of fans all around the world. Can we go back to presentation mode? So today, from a traction perspective, Wembley Stadium has helped us develop our stadium integration component. But with the teams Mumbai City FC and Bengaluru Bulls, we've enabled thousands of fans to transmit millions of cheers. Why do they want to work with us? Well, we capture a unique set of data that can feed into your CRM activities. Second, we create a future of connected merchandise. Together with our partners, we have developed a fan chip that can, for $4, just plug into any merchandise you have, making it connected. We have also developed smartware applications for iOS and Android. So if you have an existing device, you can just download it. The third part is that we offer a unique context for brand integration. Vibecast sponsors can carry the cheers from the world during the moments that create lifetime memories. Finally, we cannot forget the most important thing. It's all about the fans. And with Fanmode, you can make all fans part of the game. It's time to make the world a stadium for your fans. Thank you very much.
All right. Way to power through those hiccups. Happens lots of startups.
I was confused on part of it is you can download to your device, and part of it is a $4 device.
Yes.
So you can download an app and cheer.
Okay.
It can be a Vibecast app developed by Fanmode, or it can be an NFL app with a Fanmode widget. So that's how you engage.
Okay.
What we also can offer is a sensor chip that clubs can integrate into their merchandise that connects to the application. So you can take any flag, make it connected to your phone, and if I'm sitting at home, I can wave my flag and I can pop up in the stadium. Or sitting in the tailgate, I can wave my flag. We've also done a lot of experiments with connected jerseys, so putting a stretchable sensor in the jersey. You put on your jersey, on the stadium it pops up. Chris from London just put on the jersey. When they clap, when they cheer, the energy is automatically captured and transmitted in the stadium.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, please, Jeff.
So why is that fun to be a fan and read about energy versus experience it?
So a fan at home is disconnected from the game. If you want to say thank you to the players for a great touchdown, a great goal, I simply, using my smartwatch app or any app on the phone, I can simply be part of the game. So if 1 billion people want to cheer, if India wins the World Cup, Fanmode is the way to do it. So I can simply applaud at home, go yeah, go no, and that's transmitted in real time from everyone to the artifacts we've created for the game, which are vibe boards.
And you can broadly categorize in 3 categories the fans that would appreciate this type of service. One is the disconnected fan. And I think no example is more powerful than the Premier League. With millions of fans all around the world, a lot in these remote locations, and they will never ever be able to go to the stadium. For them, to even have a small representation is very powerful. The second thing is the competitive fan. And we know that fans are competitive by nature. And they want to compete and show that we are the loudest, we are the most passionate, we are the most engaged, and we are the most loyal. Now you can prove that sitting from home. And the third is being recognized for your support. If you follow every game, if you cheer every match, the teams, the leagues can now reward those fans and thank them for their loyalty and engagement, and they can be recognized for the fanship.
So going back to, I think, your first example, the Man U fan, disconnected fan, and that was you. And the idea is that you'll sell this product to Man U or a specific team who will put that in their app and promote it because they want to get the energy of their fans from all around the world.
They want to be
And
connected
do
to
you
the
have one of those that you'll have soon?
Yeah, I mean, we got 2 teams in India. The first team, we only had online integration. And to be quite honest, the traction was not what we were hoping for. The second team, we had stadium integration. And we could see 10 times the impact in terms of responsiveness
And
from
that
the
was
fans.
a team, what kind of team?
In India.
In India, it's a sports called kabaddi. You wouldn't have heard of it, but it's huge in India. And the third thing we think is powerful is broadcast integration. And we're currently speaking to a rights holder that has online viewership of tens of millions. And I think if you get the stadium together with the broadcast, then you have the accurate call to actions to.
And how many of the people in the stadium downloaded the app because they got excited about what they were seeing? Like 5%?
So the first stadium integration was 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
So we heard there was some fans that were excited to be on the big screen.
Yeah.
So simply applauding and seeing themselves applauding and being recognized, that to them was great. And some fans from home as well.
Yeah.
So
And who pays?
yeah, so
Where the money flow?
so there's 3 ways. One is the connected merchandise. It's IoT for fans. So the whole category of merchandise we're creating for the teams. The second is brand integration. Because fans are dispersed globally, we're allowing brands to carry the cheers to the stadium and pay location small amounts of money. And the third one is the data. We can tell you how happy your fans are. You know, when the fan, you may be able to send a text message, but how loud did you shout? You know, how much motion did you have relative to the game? So we got a lot of data. So we can tell the teams when.
And who buys the data?
We don't know yet. We've got the data. It's like a human sensor network of fans. What we haven't decided how to deploy it yet.
And I think the key here is that we see ourselves as a partner to the sports industry. So we want to work together with sports properties, more like partners than as customers. Of course, somehow figuring out, which costs to share in the initial parts. But really work to create the market of connected merchandise and create the market for Vibecast sponsorship. That's the goal, and then for us to take part in a revenue share in those.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
When you've talked to the teams, how big do they believe their disconnected base is relative to?
It depends on who you speak to, and that has also been a bit of our challenge, because when you're B2B2C, you start with the small guys and prove yourself and grow up. The small teams don't have a global audience. The big teams, they have a global audience, but they also have a big opportunity cost.
Yeah, got it.
So they want a little bit more traction. But yeah, there's definitely a need.
So we're out of time. That was Fanmode. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, judges, before I let you guys go, I have some questions. I think the first one, and I'll direct this to Mary first, because you're very well known for your ability to forecast trends in this industry. We're hearing a lot about virtual reality. Is it overhyped? What's the big deal about VR?
I think you should ask this guy that question.
Well, but he's got an accelerator dedicated to VR, so he has a certain interest in it doing well. But sure, why don't we start with you?
And then I'll comment after he comments.
I read your report. It's amazing.
Thank you very much.
And VR was in it.
Yep, yep.
So it's the biggest thing that's happened to sports since someone picked up a ball. I mean, if you haven't tried it, you have to. And the thing about the VR company that pitched, we didn't get to try their demo. You have to. It's like it's like being blind.
We'll set that up backstage if you want.
I'm just saying it's until you see it, it is just hype. And there are people who think it's hype, and then there are people who've seen VR. That's what I think about it.
When you look at the advances that some of the greatest teams in sports, like the Stanford Cardinal football team and the Golden State Warriors, they're really using this stuff, and it is apparent that they're playing better. And so the players are using it. And in sports, when the players use something, Nike has built a business out of this. The people that aren't the players, the consumers and fans start to use it. At a personal level, I think VR, from a participant standpoint, a professional standpoint, I think it's awesome. The consumer element has a ways to go, but like all of these things, it starts clunky and it becomes elegant. So I'll rely on Mike for the timing of the elegance.
Awesome.
I'll say one thing. If you look at all these companies, and I know Lowell McAdams is here, and I think Tim Armstrong's here, so I'm not. But all of them require gigantic telecom or communications infrastructure. I mean, the biggest thing that's happened to sports in the last 10 years, besides picking up the ball, has been Wi-Fi in the stadium. And just that whole communication element that's growing like crazy. But all these things required huge communications infrastructure.
Very interesting. Well, we're about out of time. Thank you so much to our panel of judges. You guys did a great job. Thanks so much for helping us.